Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet this beautiful girl's cardigan. I already made one, this one. That is the combination of net and crochet. And I had a few requests on how to do one all crochet because some of you guys don't know how to knit yet. But with the new lessons that I have in the channel and how to knit, I hope you guys give it a try and learn a little bit. That way you guys can make some of my design. This one is short sleeve here, but I'm going to show you how to do a long sleeve like the other one. I decided to leave a short sleeve because I don't want it to be exactly the same as the one that I did before. But I'm going to show you how to do the sleeve as well. So I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're going to need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see the video in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel. Then you will find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. And at the end of each video, I leave a playlist with all my English tutorials. And at the end of the video, I'm going to leave the link for the other one, that is the combination of net and crochet. To make this cardigan, this is the yarn I'm going to use, Fashion Plus, Mile and Assortment, Amazing Value. I bought this at Michael's, 100% acrylic. And that's the information that is in the package. These don't have the size of the yarn, but I compare the yarn to my size 3, medium 3 or light 3, and it's like that. It's a pink with a silver thread in it. So the crochet hook is 4.5 millimeters. You're gonna need a tapestry needle, scissor, and a button. So I did this cardigan. That is a combination of net and crochet, but I have quite a few requests. I usually don't do requests because if I do requests for all my subscribers, I don't want to have time to do my own creation. So this was like a lot of voices got together and said, please do one 100% crochet, that way we can do it. So that's what I'm doing here. I hope it's as nice as this one, because remember, netting and crochet are totally different, and so this back will be different. So I hope it works. We're going to start with the back of the piece, and I'm going to do 63 chains. The stitch is multiple of 2 plus 1 because I want to do the little design as close as I can as this one. Remember, netting and crochet are totally different stitches, so I will do my best to do a nice job as this one. And something that I wanted to mention for those ones that don't know how to net is that I'm going to start doing some video tutorial for those ones that know from zero to making beautiful pieces like this, because I try my best to do easy stuff, so you'll be doing stuff like this in no time. I just wanted to tell you to give it a try. Try, because that's how we learn new things, trying. Because whoever tells you that the first time that they got 2 needles and learned how to knit, they got it the first time, that take a few tries. For everybody, take a few tries. You have to be a genius to learn how to knit in the first try. So give it a try, try 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Never give up, because you can do beautiful thing with 2 needles. So to start, I'm gonna leave a tail long enough for sewing one at the side, and then we'll do the same at the end. And then I'm gonna do a slip knot and chain 63. Now, if you want this smaller, you remove 2 stitches at a time of those 63. So if you want it smaller, you can do from those 63 you can take 2, leave 61 or 59, like so. And if you want it bigger, you add 2 at a time, 65, 67. Okay. So I'll be doing an adult size hopefully soon, after I finish those netting project that I'm doing. So I'll be making one for myself, because I would love to have one like this for me. So I'm gonna do my 63 chains, and I will meet you here. Here I have my 63 chains, and it's the same width as this one in here. So after you do your chains, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain number 5. You're going to do a double crochet. And you're going to do a double crochet on each chain space. And if you do it just like me, you'll end up counting those chain 3 with 63 double crochet. So I will meet you here at the end of this row. I finished here my first row, and if you look at the size of the width of the stitch, it's almost the same as one of these space of the pearls. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chain 3. I'm gonna turn my work around, and I'm gonna work a double crochet on top of each and double crochet. And you have to make sure that you have the same amount of double crochet. For me, have to be 63. And then in the next row, we're going to create this little open space, like this one in here. I finished that second row. Now we're going to chain 3. That will be 2 to go up and 1 for separation. 1, 2, and 1, 3. You're going to turn your work around. So you're going to do yarn over, you're going to skip 1 double crochet, and you're going to go to the next one, and you're going to do half double crochet. You're going to chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, and go to the next one, and do a half double crochet. And doing half double crochet here, that way the little open space are not too big. Because I do it with double crochet, it will be bigger. Okay? And we are trying to simulate this opening. Okay, so chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one, half double crochet. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one, half double crochet. And like that you are creating those little opening space. So I'll meet you at the end of this. I'm going to finish here with the half double crochet on top of the third chain, and that's what you need, 63 for that row. So you're going to chain 3 now, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do a row of double crochet. So you have the first one here, and then you go into that chain 1 space, and you're going to do a double crochet, and you're going to go on top of that half double crochet, and you're going to do a double crochet. And the space 1, and in the half double crochet, a double crochet. In the space 1, and half double crochet, a double crochet. And like that we start again to place back those double crochet that we left here without working. And you are creating the little hole in here like this one. So I will meet you here at the end of this row. I'm going to finish this row with 1 double crochet in here in that chain 3 space, and then yarn over. I'm going to count 1, 2, and that number 2 I'm going to do my double crochet, and like that you have your 63 double crochet again, and that was like the repetition of row 1. Okay, so now we're going to do the repetition of row 2, and then after repetition of row 2 you're going to repeat again what we did in row 3. So it's very easy, and I'm trying to get it as close as I can to this. You see, with a little opening and the same width as these ones in here, you see. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3 again, turn your work around, and do a double crochet on top of each double crochet, and you'll have 63 if you're doing the same amount as mine. Then I will show you one more time how to do the repetition of row 3, and then from there you can continue to get the width that you want for yours. I finished the repetition of row 1 and 2. Now we're going to do the repetition of 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2 plus 1 to go up, and 1 for separation for the chain 1 and space. So you're going to do yarn over, skip 1 and go to the next one and do half double crochet. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one, half double crochet. And like that you're going to continue this row, and you're going to return with a row of double crochet. So you're going to repeat those 2 and then this one, and so on until you have like from 25 to 27, 28 centimeters long, and you're going to finish with 2 rows of double crochet, exactly the same as you started. So I started measuring this one in here, and pretty much it's the same. I think the one in crochet I have like a couple centimeters wider, but that's okay. This will be a little bit loose in the back anyway. So the width of the stitches, you see, now is the second space of the little holes in this piece of the net. So it's the same with the crochet. So around 8 of these space of 2 rows of double crochet you're going to have for your piece. Okay. So I'm going to work off camera. So it's very easy. It's the repetition of those 3 rows over and over, and finish with 2 rows of double crochet. Here I finished doing my back piece, and I measure 27 centimeters, so exactly the same as the other one. And the only thing that I have the 2 tails to the same side, but that don't matter. And here I finished chain 1. I'm gonna cut the yarn, pass it through, and then we're gonna start sewing a little piece in here and a little piece in the other side, and then we're gonna start working in the around the piece. This will be like this. Okay. Here I have the square ready to close in the side. I lose that tail in here. I left 1 because I don't need 2 on the same side. So now we're gonna sew in here around 3 fingers like this. That is these 2 rows of double crochet, the row of the little half double crochet, and the next row of double crochet. So those 4 rows you're gonna sew in here and leave the opening for the arm in one side, and you're gonna go to the other side and do the same. Once you finish sewing the two sides, it will look like this. You can leave it like a little bolero like this. It look cute as well, but I'm gonna continue with a design like this one. That way it's almost the same. I'm gonna do a slip knot. I'm gonna come here around the center at the back, and I'm gonna pass that loop, and that loop will be my first chain. Of 3. 1, 2, and 3. In the same space, I'm gonna do a double crochet. I'm gonna chain 2, and in the same space, I'm gonna do 2 more double crochet. Now we're gonna do half a Solomon knot, because 2 of them complete the knot, the space. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull that strand, and I'm gonna guide myself by the thumb. That way they are almost the same, you see. I'm gonna grab my yarn, pass it through, and in that third strand, I'm gonna do my single crochet. Yarn over. I don't gonna count the spaces of double crochet. I'm gonna guide myself by the length of my Solomon knot. And around here, I'm gonna do a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet in the same space. So this is the only row like this, and the next one will be working in the chain 2 space. So again, I'm gonna pull my strand, measure with my thumb, pass the strand through, and in that third one, do the single crochet. Again, guide myself by the length of my Solomon knot, and I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna do 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And like that, you're going to continue all the way around, creating this design. In the chain space that we did to start our work, I'm gonna place all my stitches in that strand of yarn left in here in the border, okay? Like this. I'm gonna finish here, doing a slip stitch and the third chain. Now we're gonna do a slip stitch on top of the next double crochet, and a slip stitch into the chain 2 space. And like that, you're gonna finish each row when you're gonna start the next one. So you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. In the same space, you're gonna do a double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Now we're gonna do the Solomon knot, and you're gonna do it slightly, just a little bit bigger than the row before, so a little bit more loose. Not a lot, just smidgen. So do the knot, go into the center here and do 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. and like that you're going to continue your stitch all the way around, and you're going to finish exactly the same as I show you here, and continue with the next row and the next row and the next row. And we're doing this just a little bit bigger, that way this part here is like that, you see, nice and flat. And if you look, my Solomon's knots, you see this is smaller, a little bit bigger, 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 but just slightly bigger. That way it's more open. And what I did here was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 row, and I'm gonna do the same for the other one. I finished row 6. I did my slip stitch. I'm gonna chain 1, cut the yarn, and lose the tail, and I finished with the border of my cardigan. I finished losing those 2 tails that I had, and I'm gonna leave this one short sleeve, but I still have the part of the video where I did the sleeve in this one. So after I finish talking right now, you're gonna see me doing some sleeve, and it will be this part that I'm gonna put it here. That way, if you want to do long sleeve for this one, you can do exactly the same that I will show you how to do in this one. You're gonna be doing in this part in here, okay? Exactly the same. And after that, I will be doing a border for this one, just in case you want to leave this one short sleeve anyway. You will go to that part of the video, skip that part of the sleeve, because I don't want the 2 little cardi to be exactly the same. You know, I want one sleeve, one short sleeve, and that's what I want to do for this one. I did one of the sleeve, and it's like this, and the sleeves are optional. So I did the same motif that I did for the body, but the Solomon knot stitch I did it smaller. You see, a tiny little stitch, that way it's not too wide. And I have 6 of these motif all the way around the sleeve, so I'm gonna do the same for the other sleeve. I'm gonna start with a slip knot, and later I will lose that tail, and I'm gonna come in here around the sleeve, and I'm gonna pass that loop, and I'm gonna create 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. In the same space we're gonna do a double crochet, chain 2, and in the same space 2 more double crochet. And remember, 6 of these motifs that you're gonna do all the way around the sleeve. So the Solomon knot, I'm gonna do just a small loop, you see, and I'm gonna create my Solomon knot, nice and small. I'm gonna come here to the center of this space, and again I'm gonna do my 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the same space, and another Solomon knot stitch with a small loop. We are trying to create the same size opening of the net with the crochet, okay? So for this one I did that repetition. You're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, and you see I tried to make them the same size, all these. So I will meet you here when I finish my sleeve, because it's easy, exactly the same way that you did in here. You're gonna do all the way around the sleeve, but the Solomon knot smaller, and you're gonna cut your yarn and lose your tail, and you're done your piece. I finished my first row, and I'm gonna show you how to do the second row. That way I don't leave you, you know, without explaining every single detail. You're gonna do a slip stitch until you get to the 2 chain space, chain 3 again, 2 and 3, a double crochet in that space, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the same space, 1 and 2, and again you're gonna do your Solomon knot, nice and small, just trying to make them as close to the same size as you can. That way the 2 sleeves are the same. And I did 9 rows. If you like, you can do more or you can do less. It's up to you. So I'm going to continue with my sleeve, and I will finish it up, and I will show you the end result. This is the finish that I'm going to do on the border of the sleeve. You see, nice and easy. And for this one, I start here. You see, this is the seam where we sew together the two pieces, side of the piece, and here. And then I start my first stitch in here for the border. That way it is covering this part in here, okay, where you finish sewing. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of this motif, and then I have to do the same for the other side. So you do in one side first, and then the same amount you have to recreate for the other side, okay? Exactly the same. So I'm gonna come here, you see, this is the seam in here, and I'm gonna start in this side of the seam. I'm gonna start off with a slip knot. And I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna pass that loop, and I'm gonna chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. In the same space, I'm gonna do 2 double crochet. So this was 1 and 2, and then I'm gonna come here, you see, around here, the same length as this stitch, and I'm gonna do a single crochet. Let me find the border in here. There we go, like that. I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. In the same space, I'm gonna do 2 more double crochet. 1 and 2. And again, you see, around here, I'm gonna do a single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And in that same space, I'm gonna do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. And around the same length, around here, I'm gonna do my single crochet. And like that, you're gonna continue all the way around, and I will meet you here to show you how you're gonna finish that border. I'm gonna finish the border by going in the same space where I start my first one and doing a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, oops, sorry about that noise, and loose the tail. And I have here my 9 border stitches, exactly the same as the other side. I finished losing the tails, and now I'm gonna sew my buttons. Oh, just the button. And I'm gonna sew the button in here. You see, between these 2 double crochet, I will sew the button here, and then the chain to a space in the other side, it will be the buttonhole. And I guide myself because in here you have the seam in this side, and you have the seam in here, and then you have this stitch here, exactly the same straight, and then I go to the next 2 here, you see, and this one will be for the bottom and this one for the buttonhole, and that will be easy. When you're gonna close the little piece, you go to the one after the seam. It's exactly the same as I did in this one. You see, we have the seam in here, it's this one, and then the next one is the one for the button. And I'm gonna sew this button, that way it is a little bit different than the other one. I look cute, so that's what I'm gonna do. And here is the 2 of them side by side. Look how nice they look. And you have the option of doing long sleeve or short sleeve, so they are both gorgeous. And now I will show you the back. Here's the back of the 2 of them, and they look amazing, both of them. This is the netted one in the back, and this one is the crochet, and that one in crochet look amazing as well. So you have the option to do it with crochet and knitting, or just crochet, or you can do both. So they look amazing. Well, this is the end result, and I absolutely love these designs. I hope you guys like it and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber and you make this design or any of my design and you want to send me some pictures. You can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Ne Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Ruby Ne Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family and in groups. That way you help me grow here on YouTube, especially with a thumbs up. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.